This is my director's bag. I carry it with me on all the movies that I direct. It has everything in I need, and people ask me all the time, what is in here? And so I'm gonna break it down for you and show you what is in my director's kit and how it helps me as a director. Now, first of all, I just wanna talk about the bag. It weighs about probably maybe 4 pounds. And this is a bag, I've had it for over 10 years. I got it on Amazon. It's really not that expensive. It's actually a great price. It has a lot of like pouches and zippers and things on it. And I love that because then you can put things in different sections and keep it more organized. It basically just goes over your shoulder and sits on your hip. It's a really, really good bag. I'm just gonna go from the front to the back and kind of show you what's in it. Now you're probably wondering, why does it have not a PA sticker on it? It's actually a little Velcro tag. A friend of mine has a company called Not a PA. He gave it to me and I just stuck it on here. But the nice thing about this Velcro strip that's right here is that actually it's probably in your best interest either to get one that has your name on it or like director or your director, your initials or something like that, just so people know that this is your bag. And maybe you can get it in a different color, you know, like a red or something bright or whatever. And I recommend you do that because so many times before, when I used to carry a backpack or a satchel, which were a lot bulkier than this, I'd leave them on a chair, you know, at Video Village, and then they'd move Video Village, and then I'd be like, where's my bag? And they'd be like, oh, I don't know. And then I'd go over and it would be sitting on the curb or something where they moved Video Village from because they didn't know it was my bag. So I think by having something like this, and you can get these made on Etsy and different places, these are not hard. There's a bunch of websites that make this kind of stuff. But I would seriously consider getting one that says director or your name, and then just put it right there on the bag. So that's really cool that it comes with this Velcro strip for that kind of stuff. Now right up here on the front of the flap is the first component I want to show you, the first pouch. And in here, the first thing I want to show you is a knife. I think you should get a knife. This is a SOG one that I have. It's just nice because there's always something that's going to drive you crazy that you're going to want to cut off a little branch or just something. Or you got to open a box or whatever. I'm telling you, get yourself a knife. This one's like not very much money. Anything I post, by the way, or anything I talk about, I'm going to post below so you can go through and you can like look at some of the links on the stuff and see if any of this stuff makes sense to you and if you want to put it in your director's bag. Anyway, a knife, right? So we've got the knife, okay? And then also in here, I have this mini Leatherman, and I have it because it has scissors, right? Scissors are great. It also has a couple screwdrivers. It has tweezers in case you get like, you know, like a little sliver or something. I love this, and it folds up. It's very nice. It even has like a little tape measure on it. I've never really used the tape measure, but it's there. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it takes so long to make a movie, but for some reason I'm on a movie, I will look at my nails and realize I should have cut my nails. And so I always bring nail clippers with me. And so those are the three things that I have in the front pouch. Now you'll notice on the top, there's a pouch up here, and it's perfect for your iPhone and your wallet. And I usually carry those things up here so that I leave that one empty. I don't put anything in that one. I do that on set and put my stuff in there. There's a pouch on the side. It's like, I think it's intended for a water bottle. Sometimes I put a water bottle in there, but to be honest with you, most of the time I put like things that people give me or just miscellaneous things and I throw it in there, and it's kind of like a miscellaneous catch-all kind of thing. On the opposite side is another little pouch, and in here, I carry a headlamp. And the reason I carry a headlamp is because when you're wrapping late at night or whatever, and you're out in the woods or wherever you might be and they start turning off the lights, a lot of time we have a tendency to use our iPhone battery. But if your iPhone battery dies on you, or you're just trying to help the script supervisor or whoever, a camera department or art, carry some stuff out, trying to carry stuff out with your iPhone and the flashlight on there is a pain. So get yourself a headlamp. There's a whole bunch to pick from. I'm not saying one is better than another, but get yourself a headlamp because to free up your two hands and not have to use your iPhone or whatever is so much better, and you just wear that up there and you're gonna really appreciate it. Or if you go into a dark location and they haven't started setting up lights, you're gonna wish you had something like this. There's so many times when I'm filming in some dark building or whatever and I'm wishing I had one. So that's why I carry one with me. Also in this pouch, I carry bongo ties. Now, if you don't know what bongo ties are, they're basically like, you know, like rubbery, and they can kind of hook on each other. They can hook on each other, and then like you can like secure like something to them. So like you could put this like if there was like a wire hanging down and there was a pole, you could like click it to that, you know, or clip it on like that. It's good for securing things down, loose things. I know it's kind of hard for me to explain or give you an example of how I use them, but I always carry at least 2 or 3 of these because they're awesome. and the Bongo Tie team are awesome people too. And so these are rad. And so if you don't even have a clue why you would use one, they're so cheap. Just get yourself one pack. I promise you play with them a little bit and then you'll find a million uses for these. And I love them. So I always have some of those. So that's this pouch on this side. There's one more pouch on the back here, and in that is my mini iPad. And the reason I carry, well, nothing more than a mini iPad would fit in there size-wise, so I carry a mini iPad. And the reason I carry a mini iPad is because I really, really like to be as paperless as possible. Of course, you're gonna get a call sheet and probably sides and things like that on set, but I love Scriptation, and I carry Scriptation on my iPad. And if you don't know what Scriptation is, it's basically a wonderful software for directors, DPs, all kinds of people, and you can do annotation and add pictures and all stuff, and it's just so much easier than carrying a binder of paper with you and everything. You still do all that stuff in prep or whatever, but it just saves so much time to have something like Scriptation. I'll probably do a video on that at some point, but Scriptation is awesome and you should check it out. I have other apps on here as well. I'll probably do a video about what apps as a director I have on here that I love, but not for this video. But anyway, so that's what goes in the back pocket of this kit I have. Right here, there's some kind of like weird, I don't know. I think it's meant for the smallest, cell phone ever. It's not good for anything, but I keep something very special in mind, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, the Tiny Hand. I love tiny hands. I make funny, weird videos with them. People think they're funny on set. I love them. I know I'm weird. I'll post something and show you what that is, but I love tiny hands. I always carry at least one. Sometimes I carry a bunch of other ones and I give them out to people as a gift. I know, I'm weird. I don't know. I like tiny hands. Tiny hands. Anyway, so there's a tiny hand. There's a perfect pocket for it here, and if you decide to do tiny hands, you can put yours in there as well. So now we lift the flap. And when we lift the flap, there's a front pouch right here. And we open this up, and this is kind of like my health hygiene one for my own personal care. And I carry everything in Ziploc bags. And these are freezer Ziploc bags, not just Ziploc bags, regular Ziploc bags. And then what I do is after every show, I just get new ones. They're super cheap, and put everything and transfer them over to these bags. So this first bag here, right? This first bag has in it some dental floss in it, which is always good, some lip balm. Now some of these things, of course, you can get from craft service, but I don't always have the time to go to craft service, and so it's just nice to have these things quickly. I don't have to ask someone to go get them for me, and I don't know. Maybe they don't have lip balm at craft service. But anyway, it's always good to have that. I carry some Band-Aids. Yes, you could get this from the medic on set, but sometimes it's just a nuisance if you scratch yourself or something. Just having a few Band-Aids is great. Sometimes I have a tendency to get like a little scratchy throat, and nothing's worse than, that kind of stuff or whatever, or coughing when someone's doing an emotional scene or whatever. You don't want to be the person to be the reason that you have to go again. So I get these lemon flavored from Ricola. They're just these throat lozenges, and they're very mild, and I'll usually take one of those. I actually just take one anytime I do an emotional scene because it keeps me from having any problems with my throat, and it's just a safer thing to do. Now, if you actually get a sore throat, this is it, guys. This is it. Fisherman Friends. Yep, they taste not so great. No, not so great, but they will really get rid of sore throats if you catch it in time. So Fisherman Friends, guys, get yourself some. You won't enjoy them probably, but you'll be glad that you got them. A lot of times when we're doing scenes with explosions or gunfire or anything really loud, they come around and they give you these like really crappy foam little cheap earplugs to put in your ear, and I hate them because you're trying to twist them and then you try to put them in your ear and they expand, and then this one's like really good and this one's not so good, and it's kind of crappy. So I just invest a little bit more money, not much, into something like this, and then when you open it up, what it comes with is these ones. And these ones, if you can see, are more formed, and when you put them in and you twist them, they just you don't have to monkey with them. You just do this, and they go in perfectly. And they're great. And they have this like little string, and so you won't lose them. Because a lot of times when they give you the little foam ones, you end up losing one. You have to ask for a second set, and then you got them in your pocket, and it's like a big mess. But like, you know, you just get them like that. It sounds perfect. It's so great for, like I said, explosions, gunfire, all that kind of stuff. And you don't lose them because they have this little string thing. So anyway, I highly recommend you get some of those. Nothing's more painful also than waiting for the special effects guys to give them to you, because they got a lot to do, and it's just nice if you can just be ready like that. Okay, so also in here, okay, I gotta say, listen, if anybody has to smell good on set, it's the director, because you're talking to everybody, answering questions all day, and you're close to people, and nothing's worse than stinky breath, especially after lunch. So I like mints. These are the ones I like. I find that either mint or like cinnamon ones are good, because when you take something like this and you have that kind of minty taste or that cinnamon taste in your mouth, we have a tendency to not want to eat anything that will kind of take that away. And you just, you know, you don't snack as much at craft service, to be honest with you, when you have either cinnamon or mint type flavor in your mouth. So it's good to have something like this. And, you know, it's always good to offer it to those that, you know, have questionable breath and you don't want to offend them. You can take one and offer one to them. And most times people take them, and you'll be grateful that, that they did. Okay, so lunchtime, coming back from lunch, is definitely, you should be brushing your teeth. And I get these like little mini toothbrushes that I love. See those little guys? You get a little toothpaste in the end, a little brush, and then a little thing here, a little like a hook, so you can like, you know, clean between your teeth, and then you can just start brushing. And it's a good idea to brush. And if you want to bring a big toothbrush and toothpaste and all that stuff, well, that's fine. But I like these little mini ones. I also carry in here these little gum ones that you can stick. They kind of go between your teeth. I don't know if you can see that, but there's those. Again, I like the mini toothbrushes better. And then there's these two. There's like these funky little tools like this you can use to pick your teeth. But again, it's not as good as the toothbrush. So I recommend the toothbrush. Okay, also in here, when you're working on a show and it is hot, right? It's hot. This is a lifesaver. I don't know what the material is, but you can get them at sporting goods shops. It's kind of like a scarf, you know? You put it on like that. But what you do is you put it in cold water, and then you know, kind of twist it and get the water out. But when you put this on the back of your neck, right? Oh, man. So good. It just cools your whole temperature down, helps you to focus better, because nothing's worse. It's really hard when you're super cold or super hot as a director to focus on your job and to give good information to the people that need your help as a director, especially actors. It's just hard to focus when you're not feeling too cold or too hot. So I love to use that for that. Okay, so that's all that's in the front pouch. Now the main pouch, this is the main pouch. In here, I have charging cables for my GoPro, my Theta 360. I usually carry in here a little battery block that I can use, because sometimes at Video Village they'll have USB ports and things in the monitors and other things that you can use to charge your phone or whatever. But there are times when, for whatever reason, that's not available to you, and it's nice to have one of those little battery packs that you can like charge your phone or whatever. I, for some reason, don't know where mine is. I must have lost it. I'll have to get another one. But anyway, I always carry a bag of chargers and cables. One thing I like to do is, I know it's a little old school, but they give you a CommTech, and they give you these headsets, the sound department does, and when they give this to you, they kind of give you, they're kind of cheap headsets, and the reason they're cheap is because people break them all the time, so they don't want to give you a good set. And I don't know, I just don't like the feeling of them. You certainly can invest in some very expensive ones if you really want to have over-the-ear ones or whatever. But what I like to do is these are old ones from my old iPhone. I probably need to get something different. These have been around for at least 10 years. But what I do is I take the CommTech they give you, and I put it on my belt, and then I run this down the front of my t-shirt so that just this hangs out of the front of my shirt, kind of like this, right? And then what I do is I put these in my ear, boom, I'm listening to the scene, it's great. I want to talk to the actors or we're moving on to the next setup. I just pull these out and I let them drop like that and they just hang there. I feel like that's so much better than this thing with the cable running down to the Comtech and all that garbage. I don't like it. This is just better for me. This is what I like and it works great. And so you might want to consider trying that. Okay, also inside this bag is a few necessities that everyone should have. I always carry a highlighter because even though I like to be paperless, somebody's going to give me a call sheet, someone's going to give me sides, someone's going to give me a memo, whatever, or some other random thing that I want to mark up. And a highlighter, you're going to use that to, like, you know, not forget things. I love Sharpie. Anything that Sharpie makes, I love. I love Sharpies for, again, marking on things that are given to me. Blue is kind of my favorite color, so I pick blue. Black is fine, but a lot of times black blends in with the text, and so it's kind of hard to see. Red is great. You know, there's different purple. There's a lot of colors. I like blue. And then I like to make sure I have an extra pen. Yes, you can get one from the script supervisor or a PA or an AD could probably give you one, but I like ones that have like this clicking thing here, right? Versus a cap, just because they're easy to lose. But I always carry one of those. Also, again, if you're given paperwork or whatever and you want to mark something, I love these. They're like these little sticky tabs and you can write on them, and they're just basically, they look like this. And they're great if you have like something you're given with lots of pages and you can mark certain things on certain pages, things you don't want to lose track of, and those little tabs will save your butt. So I carry a couple of those with me. I love those. And then a chamois, because inevitably you're going to want to clean your iPhone or your glasses, or the monitors. Someone's always going to touch the monitors at Video Village, and nothing's worse than trying to look at someone's face on the monitor and they got a big smudge on them. So I always carry a little chamois so I can clean that kind of stuff off. It just makes my life easier. Okay, then in here, this is a little bit different. Like I told you, like I love the freezer Ziploc bags, which again I just replace after every movie, and they're so cheap and they're great and they're waterproof, and you want to be waterproof, trust me. This is a Think Tank bag, and it has a nice little window in the front so you can see what's inside it. I just got this one just because I felt like what was inside it needed something a little more durable. A lot of companies make these little bags with windows in them, especially camera companies for the ACs or whatever. So there's lots of options of these. But this one's from Think Tank. It's great. A lot of people carry cables in them and stuff. Anyway, this is my media bag. So in here, it's my GoPro, my Theta, and a couple other things. But this is like a clamp that I love. Again, I'll put everything down below in the list of all the give all the links, so that if any of this stuff is stuff that you are interested in, you can find it easily. But I love this because you can clip this onto the dolly or onto a stand, a C-stand or whatever, or anything that, you know, this can clamp onto, on the end of a table, whatever. And then it has mounting spots where you can put your GoPro or your Theta or whatever you want, or even your iPhone if you have the right adapter, and you can like shoot some BTS, because I guarantee you're gonna want the BTS, because if you do a lecture or you just want to share some BTS footage with somebody on social media, or, you know, for future jobs, you want to show people what you did for lighting setups or whatever, you're going to wish that somebody had shot more BTS. And trust me, no one's going to shoot it. Or if they are, it's going to be hard to get your hands on. So I just have a tendency to try to shoot my own. So a GoPro, very nice, durable. You can use an app, which is nice, so you can see what it looks like. And they run forever, and I just kind of mount that somewhere, and then you can see like footage of me working with the actors, or you can see the lighting setups or whatever you want that for. They're great for that kind of stuff. Also, I have a Ricoh Theta. It's a 360 camera. I love this. I primarily use this, well, it's fun to show it on set and walk around because it's just fun because you can spin it in any direction and see. But I love to use these for location scouting. When you location scout, sometimes you take pictures of things, which is great, of the angles you like, but then sometimes you forget and people go, well, what's off to the right? And you're like, oh, I didn't take a picture of that. It's like, but if you do this and you do a quick walkthrough or just set it down and like let it take some video, you have 363 reference of everything. And if you're ever like in a production meeting or a pre-production meeting and someone's asking you a question, this thing is going to save you. This is going to give you that information. So I highly suggest that you get some kind of a 360 camera. I like the Ricoh Thetas, but there's other companies that make them. I just haven't tried them, but I think that's a great director's tool. So GoPro camera, Theta 360, something like that is great. And here are all my GoPro accessories for mounting. I've got a little iPhone connector that I can put on a little tripod. The tripod that I like to use, which is like very light, is by Joby. This is a mini gorilla, and it's got these cool little legs. You've probably seen YouTubers and stuff use them, and they set up, and you can, you know, configure them any way you want. And they actually are really nice because you can like put them onto a tree or just hook them onto things and then put your camera or whatever on there. And so I really like this one. This one works really great for me. There obviously are more durable ones and bigger ones, but this is so light, it fits perfectly in my bag. The last thing, guys, in my bag, I know we're at the very end, is you're gonna inevitably be on a shoot where you're gonna have them blow dirt or something through a fan or whatever that might be. Or even the weather might just freak out one day and you'll be like, oh, there's dust and you can't see, and you're not ready for that. You're gonna want safety goggles. And yeah, of course, when you're doing special effects with dirt explosions and stuff, they're gonna probably give you some, but it might take a while to get them. So I carry these ones, and the reasons I have these ones, these safety goggles, is because, well, because they look like Willy Wonka. Yep, see? I love them. And people like take pictures with me for social media with them wearing, and they think I'm funny. And as a director, people like it when a director is funny. So, yeah, I got these ones. They're cheap. They don't have to be expensive. Their intention is to just protect you from dirt and debris. And again, I'm telling you, it comes in a windstorm or something that you're not planning for, nobody else is going to have safety goggles. So you're going to be grateful you have these. You whip these out, put them on, and you'll be the only one that can run to shelter quickly. You'll have to carry other people because you can actually see where you're going. Okay, guys, that is it. That is my bag. That's everything that I fit into my director's bag. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this inspires you for your director's bag. Oh, the only thing I don't have in here, I don't know what happened to it, is a green laser. I love to have a green laser pointer because when you're trying to show something to the DP or an AD or an actor, sometimes you just, you know, you want to be so precise. And so instead of going over there and like, this thing, I want you to touch this thing, or I want you to enter here, whatever, you can use a laser and just kind of point. Say, see this right here? Yeah, like watch out for that because that causes a shadow on your face or whatever it is. So having a laser is a huge savings of time. I guarantee you. They come in red and green. I like green. I don't know why. Just, I think green's cool. But just get yourself a laser. You'll love it. You'll use it all the time, especially when you're outside or far away from things. You're going to wish you had that laser because it just makes you a more efficient director. And nothing's worse than not making your day, because you want to make your day, because that's how you get hired to direct your next movie. All right, guys. Well, I hope this kit has helped you, inspired you, giving you ideas. I'll link everything that I showed you here below. You can see if any of these things are perfect for your kit. I'll make some more videos. Like I said, I'll do one about scriptation and maybe some other things that might be helpful to you as a director. I wish you the best of luck on your next film shoot. Thanks, guys.